Hello, you lovely bunch of hillbillies. How's it going? Welcome to a special, hopefully one-off edition of the Bumcast. My monthly-ish podcast thing that I tend to do with my good buddy Nicholas. But unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, Nick has gone to Stoke to see his mother for her birthday, and we hadn't had a chance to do a podcast this month, and it's the 27th of April right now, so the April podcast hadn't been done by us, so I'm just gonna have to do a quick solo one. Don't know how long it'll last. I've got a couple of things I'm gonna bring up, mostly to do with the channel, and then I've got like one gaming related story that means something to me, so I'm gonna bring that up. Whilst doing the podcast, I am playing this Half-Life 2 mod. It's called Alchemilla. It's like a Silent Hill tribute. I've recently played this for a separate video, which I will also bring up in this podcast. Yeah, and we'll just see how it goes. Nick will be back next month. I will make sure of it. So why don't we just get started? Hello, my name is Bolt. Is that a good start? Anyway, we'll get started properly. I'll start with an update for my channel, which is boltplays. The channel you are watching right now. You must be watching that channel to see this video. I don't have very many videos going on at the moment. I've done a few today, but I haven't had much of a chance lately. The other month I had a lot of internet problems and stuff, which is why a lot of these podcasts were going up late. Yeah, but I've got the internet back now. I'm slowly making more videos. Resident Evil 4 was like the main playthrough I'd been doing. I've finished that now. I've finished the game. I'm actually exporting the final episode right now while this is being recorded, and I'm playing this. But I've still got to upload quite a few episodes, I believe. But I don't have the best internet for it, which is also another reason why these podcasts were going up quite late. I have shocking internet where I am. It's not great. It's okay. It's not great. It's not the most reliable. So it's like for things like these podcasts, which tend to last an hour. I don't know how long this one's going to last. Hopefully an hour, maybe less. It doesn't really matter anyway, because this is just a one-off. So when I'm doing these, okay, it's not responding. Awesome. Let me just take that off. 2 seconds. So whenever I want to upload one of these podcasts, I tend to do it last thing at night. I'll leave the computer on while I'm fast asleep, off to Never Neverland. Shut up! I'm trying to talk, Mister. Yeah, and that actually ruined a laptop that I had. Leaving things to do overnight. Not doing these podcasts, but just videos in general. I would leave them to render at night or whatever, and that actually destroyed my laptop. So yeah, podcasts, Resident Evil 4 finished. That should be over and done with. Next up in that series is obviously Resident Evil 5, and that's a co-op one. And that should be done with Nick. Problem I've got at the moment is the cable I had for the PlayStation 3, which Resident Evil 5 is on, which is what we both own it on. It doesn't work per se. It works, but it's not great. It like comes up black and white and a bit fuzzy, sort of like the greeny look this Silent Hill game's got. So yeah, I've got to find one of them, a working one, because it's like we need to do Peace Walker. We want to keep going with. We enjoyed doing that a lot, mainly because Nick just likes to take the mick out of it. Not take the mick, but he just likes to moan about it because he's never played Metal Gear before. Just so you know, this is the part I was stuck on when I was doing this video earlier today. I'm kind of hoping that by doing this podcast I'm going to find something to help me progress, because I like to keep going in this game. So Resident Evil 4 is done. Resident Evil 5 will be next in that series. Kind of hoping I'm going to do something else first. I've started a new sort of series-ish thing that I'm doing called the Creep Fest, where I'm just going to play a bunch of random games, random horror games, rather than just doing one video on one. So it's just, it could end up just being a really short, boring video. And I've come across the odd horror game that isn't that good, and you don't get that good a video. You don't feel like you got to get that good a video out of just playing that one crappy indie horror game. And I like playing indie horror games, but for this Creep Fest, it's like I'm going to play 2 or 3, get them all up and put them in together, and then we'll see what happens. And that's what this game was today. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So yeah, I do want to do another main let's play playthrough, whatever. I'm just not sure what game to do right now. I've got a bunch of games for the PlayStation 3 that I got lately off eBay for like £1 or £2 each that I haven't touched yet. So it'd be quite cool to do that. But again, to do that, I need this cable, this AV cable or whatever. I'm not good with cables. I'll need one of them to... Ooh, what is that? That is a spike. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about the channel, to be honest. There isn't much going on. I've only just sort of... I'm slowly coming back into it properly. Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared the crap out of me. That's Trials Frontier on my phone. That's a good game. Yeah, there's a few PlayStation 4 stuff I'd like to do. It's like Borderlands was one. Me and Nick had started playing through Borderlands 2, and we got about 19 parts. And then I think I've just got rid of the last bit that we did because I just never got round to it, and I think we lost a little bit of interest in Borderlands 2, especially with new games and stuff coming out. And this, you can see why I'm stuck here. I've got to open this box, but I need a tool to open this box of tools, and I could not for the life of me find a tool before. The only tool I can find is me. I'm the tool. Maybe if I... Okay. So yeah, I've got the Borderlands Handsome collection now on the PlayStation 4. So all I need is Nick to get it, and then hopefully we can carry on with Borderlands 2. Stop it, Trials. So that'd be quite nice to keep going with that, because we did have good fun. Where did I go? Maybe I'll find something in the records down the hall. They didn't say that before when I played it. Oh god, I might actually get some creeps in. This is supposed to be a nice, easy podcast game. So yeah, I would like to carry on with Borderlands 2. It's one of those, it's a very long-winded game. It's very slow paced. The maps are so big. These are records. Door is stuck. The maps are really big. It takes it takes friggin' half an hour just to clear one area of a map or to do a mission. So it's one of those. It's kind of like when we did Saints Row. It'll seem never ending in a way. These are records. No. So yeah, I'd kind of like to do it. We had a good laugh doing it, but I don't know if it's the best thing to actually do a let's play on. I'd rather something that won't take so long. The problem I've got is I tend to pick these games that take a really long time to finish. I can't get in there, can I? So It's like I think I've finished quite a few playthroughs, but a lot of them tend to be ones I've already played before, like the Resident Evil games. Like 1, 2, and 3, I breezed through, but that's because I've grown up playing those games. Those were my childhood. Those games, from beyond Sonic the Hedgehog, it's Resident Evil all the way for me. So they were easy for me to play through. Whereas Resident Evil 4 that I've just finished has taken 36 parts, and there was a big gap in between where I got fed up with the game because, as I mentioned so many times, freaking turn that on silent. As I mentioned so many times, playing the video game, it's not my favourite out of all the Resident Evil games. It's definitely not one of my favourites, which I know everyone will be like, "Oh my god, how can you say that Resident Evil 4 is like the best game ever made?" It's not. It was good for its time, but it's very quickly dated a little bit, and I prefer Resident Evil 5. That's just me. I can't find the records, by the way. Is it going to be them? That door's stuck though. So, yeah. This is one game I wouldn't have minded doing a long playthrough of this, or a proper let's play of this game. Door's stuck. Why is it stuck? But look, I'm seriously stuck here. It's told me to look for some records or something down the hall. I ain't finding nothing. So that's pretty much the update for my channel that I can think of right now. The podcast, again, I'm trying to at least do an episode a month. Hence why I'm having to do this on my own today. I'm not going to hear from Nick until Thursday night. I think he said to me before he won't be back until. And did you see smoke then? No. So I'm gonna have to just do this quickly on my own. There ain't no records in here. I need to get in the toolbox before I can go in there. No, there's nothing, is there? So I'm gonna try and at least, I've got to do this today, and I've got to try and get it up before the end of April at least, and then because it'll be the first time then I've ever actually put the the podcast up in the right month, if you know what I mean. I've always been late with all the others, but it's internets and things like that. But hopefully that's sorted now. There is nothing here. There are no records. So that's pretty much that. That's all I can really talk about the channel, I think. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. I kind of like to do more compilation videos. I enjoy X-rays, nothing interesting. I enjoy cutting up some of my videos and finding the best bits and then putting it into one funny video, like we did with our GTA one. It was a good laugh, and then you pretty much just get the best bits then of your videos, and they're nice to go over and to watch. That's a note. Attention all the sister if there's no good condition and need to repair all. If there is an urgent need to use the stairs, then a key can be found either with the constructor who are currently at work. I don't reckon using the stairs unless it's absolutely necessary. See, I never saw that before. So yeah, I would actually like to just tell you a little bit about myself, since I may as well. Solo podcast. It's all about me. And it's all the one time me and when Nick's here, the two of us will actually be quite serious with each other. So my name is Bolt. That is my real name. I've been brought up on a little island called Anglesey up in North Wales. I'm still here now, unfortunately. I wouldn't mind finding some, like, a big wad of money and then running away. You realise this is just going to be the whole video, just me looking around these same rooms again for nothing. And I do all my videos in the daytime, which isn't really great when I'm doing these dark horror games, because my computer is like right in front of my window here, and it's quite bright, and summertime now, and although it's not too bright today, we're having quite crappy weather today. Apart from that, it's like it can be quite bright. But the reason I have to do all my videos in the daytime is because I work in the evenings most of the time. Whenever I'm called into work, it's to work evenings. I've got set shifts, but I'm not on a contract. I'm just part-time, but I'm pretty much treated like a full-timer at work. I am a guarder of life. I guard all them lives in a swimming pool. I've been doing it for almost 7 years this summer. And it's good. It's a good little earner. For a first job, it was perfect. At this point now, I'm getting really fed up of it, but there's no denying it's really cushy. I got a good group of people there. Most people that come in are really nice to you. I've been quite an easy target from these Welsh nationalists. I got nothing against Wales or Welsh people. I am half Welsh, but I'll always consider myself British. But because my choice of spoken language is English, it doesn't go down well up here in Wales a lot of the time. So I've had the odd complaint or two because of my not lack of Welsh language knowledge. I know Welsh, I just have a little difficulty speaking it. I'm not very confident, but I can understand it all. So whenever I start speaking English to someone, I've had the odd knobhead or two saying that I shouldn't be working there because I'm not Welsh and this, that and the other. I don't know why I'm back in here again. I'm going to check the downstairs bit. So yeah, apart from that, I've had some recent complaints lately. Nothing to do with my Welsh, nothing to do with me being a bad person. I think I'm quite a good person, but someone didn't like my teaching skills because I had to teach snotty-nosed little brats how to swim. Most kids I get along with quite fine, even though I'm not a kid person. But then there's the odd one or two that I sort of lose my rag with quite easily. There's nothing on the floor. I can't find anything in here before. So yeah, parent thought I was taking it too easy on kids in the lesson, so she's moved their kid. I wasn't taking it easy on the kid. That's the last thing I'd freaking do, but hey ho. Apart from that, I do quite well at the place. I believe I'm well respected there. I know what I'm doing. I'm a hard worker. I get the job done, you know. But because I work there in the evenings, I just want to get home and then just play video games and watch films and stuff in my own time, not having to do all this stuff then. So it's easier for me to just get up in the morning, do my usual stuff, and then I'll do some videos or whatever, or do some editing. And then yeah, evening time is my time. So it doesn't really bother me playing horror games in the daytime. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference. You just gotta find a way to darken the room if you need to. I really don't know what I'm doing here, seriously. But yeah, I'm a big horror fan. Only recently sort of come into horror. I mean, when I was growing up, apart from the Resident Evil games, which had just naturally been brought up playing, I was not a big fan of horror. Anytime I used to go over to my nan's house, she was a big horror fan. She would always have horror films, and then my cousin who would stay there sometimes would plonk on these horror films, and I was always pooing myself a little too much, and then I'd struggle to sleep at night, and so for years and years I stayed clear of horror. And then yeah, only 2 years ago maybe, I slowly came into horror. I'd just play video games on my own or whatever, horror ones. And then I moved on to horror films, and then it turns out horror films don't really scare me that much now. It's only video games, but that's because most games these days follow the Slender rule now, don't they? The jump scares and it's those that get me. Loud noises, sudden loud noises, and things that just jump in your face are the things that scare me. Whereas, even though I enjoy psychological horror more, like your Silent Hills and stuff, that doesn't tend to scare me. It just creeps me out, if you know what I mean. I mean, seriously, can anyone find anything here? I'm not finding no records or nothing. I don't have any money anyway. The door doesn't have a handle. I can't do anything. Do I have to like do that zoomy thing here or something? 666. That's horrible. So yeah, that's my story about coming back into horror. How long are we? 20 minutes? Okay. If there's anything, if anyone actually watches this video, I don't tend to get many views. But if anyone watches this and actually wants to know anything else about me or whatever, just let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, just let me know. So moving on, since I'm playing a Silent Hill tribute game, there is recent developments in Konami's latest addition to the game, the Silent Hills, made by Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. There's been a development, and apparently it's on the verge of being cancelled by the sound of it, or at least completely changed. I think it all started last month when it was mentioned that Kojima was going to leave Konami. I mean, seriously, what am I doing? He was leaving Konami after Metal Gear 5, The Phantom Pain, was released. Are they the documents? Man, what the hell? No! I'm getting fed up. I might just go on Half-Life just so I can kill things. 2 seconds. Okay, and we're back. Silent Hills. Apparently from what I read before... Oh, stories. Apparently from what I read before... Norman Reedus, his contract has run out with, I don't know, Konami or Kojima, whoever. So he's no longer a part of the game. So that for me was quite a big part, though, because there was the big reveal at the end of PT. If you've not played PT, as silly as it sounds now, you should play it. It is actually being taken off the PlayStation Store on the 29th. So probably on the day this is released, this video's uploaded or whatever. But you should, if you haven't played it, you should play it, because it's a really good game. It's easily the scariest probably thing I've ever played in my life, and all it is just a series of the same L-shaped corridor all the time, just that there are little differences in it all. And it's a big shame that, although it's not officially been cancelled, it does sound like it's not going to be the same game, and that's a big shame, because I was actually really looking forward to its release, because it probably would have been at least just a scary AAA game, which we haven't had for however many years, because AAA, I don't know why, but people can't seem to make scary AAA games anymore. You know, you look at the Resident Evil games, they're far from scary. It's just got the label of Resident Evil now, and I'll still always play them, and I'll still enjoy them, because I like the stories and I like the characters and everything. But it's not got the feel of the original trilogy. Hello, woman. Give me the gun. Oofed, thank you. I haven't played Half-Life in years. Launch. Give me some. Oofed. This is a really good game. I haven't actually played episode 1. So yeah, I'm pretty gutted it's been cancelled, if it has been really cancelled. But even if it has just been changed, it's not good. It could just turn out to be a pile of pish when it actually does come out. If it comes out. But it's like I've always kept an eye on it. And it's just been really odd that there hadn't been any real developments in it, and it just the hype just died down completely. Like, you know, a couple of months after PT was released. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? There isn't really much else to discuss. I just wanted to bring that up if anyone wasn't aware. But it does sound like it's not going to happen now, and we're going to have to wait however long for, you know, going to have to wait that little bit longer for a new Silent Hill game, and then probably another 50 years before an actual scary AAA game comes out. If anyone, you know, actually has a AAA game in their head that actually was pretty scary recently, please let me know so I can try it out. But it does tend to only be these indie games lately that are actually remotely scary. But that's just because they do the they just do the jump scares thing, which is sort of the cheap way to scare people, but it's effective. Especially with me. Loud noises, I'm telling you. That's what scares me. Retard. Right, the next thing I just wanted to bring up. Been going on half an hour. What I believe is probably the best PlayStation 4 game at the moment. Your best bang for your buck, as they say. You know, something that's really worth spending your 50 quid on, or whatever you have to pay these days. 40, 50 quid for a video game. I've got a few PS4 games. I've played through them all. Some I've really enjoyed, some are a big waste of money. I'll give you my opinion of the best and the worst I've played so far. And probably what I've really enjoyed the most, and it might just be because it's the freshest one in my library, but there's just something about it, and it's Mortal Kombat. The new Mortal Kombat, there's something, it's really, really good. It's just good fun to play. It's got that, there's just that something about it that's really fun, and that's what people want in video games. They just move. You just want something fun to play, you know. As much as I like games with storylines and stuff, sometimes you just need that good old time killer that's just good fun to play, which is what Mortal Kombat is. And I've definitely spent a lot of time playing it. I've definitely got my money's worth, and I got the collector's edition, which I paid £90 for. It gave me like a scorpion statue and some other added stuff and whatnot. What's that? Oh no. Ooh. So yeah, I would probably say it's up there as one of the best games I've got for the PlayStation 4, easily. But there's also stuff like Metro. If you've not played the Metro games, which I hadn't done until they remastered it, they're really good games. But that's another one. It's got a good story to it. It's based off a book and whatnot. But it was really good. I don't really want to try and bring in the HD remakes because I got a few remakes. Oh no, dog. But as PS4 exclusives, or you know, actual next gen, current gen, whatever you want to call it, games, Mortal Kombat is definitely up there. You know, even Alien Isolation, really, really good game. That's probably... That's as close as you're going to get, bringing up the AAA scary thing. That's probably as close as you're going to get to being a really scary AAA game. I didn't find it that scary because it didn't do the loud noises and stuff. Even though it does. Oh, hello. Even though it does do the jumping out on you and things, it just wasn't slender 8 pages scary, because that had the noise and everything, and it's the same thing, being, you know, the idea of being followed and stuff. It's a really nice looking game. It's up there with The Evil Within. Again, AAA game, wasn't scary. I didn't find it scary. It was too much like Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5. Too action orientated, whatever you want to say. For it to be scary, which is what the Resident Evil games suffer from these days. Hey! Destiny, you know, the amount of hours I spent on that, especially with Nick, is definitely up there with the best I've got. I think that's really unfairly criticised, but we've covered that on one of the earlier podcasts. I've got Dying Light. I've still not played through it all entirely. It's just it's a carbon copy of Dead Island, just on the PS4, even though there is a Dead Island 2, but I haven't got that. Just that it's got a bit of parkour in it, so it's Mirror's Edge / the Dead Island. It's good. It's good fun. Just like Dead Island, it gets bored after a certain amount of time. It gets boring after a certain amount of time. As mentioned, Evil Within. It's really, really good game. It's just not very scary. GTA 5 HD remake, whatever. Killzone Shadowfall is probably one of the worst ones I've played. And I'm a big Killzone fan. I love the second. The third one was really good. Shadowfall, awful. Looks amazing. It's a gorgeous game, but it just wasn't it wasn't a very fun game. I didn't find it very fun. I find it quite frustrating. And The Last of Us, I've got, you know, another remaster, very good. Lego Marvel Superheroes was one of the first ones I bought for the PlayStation 3. That was just one of those I just wanted for fun. But I also thought there was online multiplayer on it. There wasn't. So I played through the game, did the story or whatever, and then I haven't touched it since. I find it, you know, it's not the best game sort of thing. It was okay. Little Big Planet 3 was probably one of the most disappointing I've got, because I finished that within moments. And I know it's all about user created content or whatever, but I loved the first one. The first Little Big Planet was one of the best games I've ever played, and a lot of that was down to the story mode. You know, all, you know, media molecules levels that you play through were really, really good and really, really fun to play through. Third one, not so much. They bring in the new characters, which is a nice little idea. I wasn't on board the whole new character train, but I still enjoyed a little bit of it. But then it just seemed to finish like that, and I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy it. And then they give you Little Big Planet 2 gave you too much to mess with in the creation side of it, and then Little Big Planet 3 has added even more stuff, and my brain can't cope with more stuff. So yeah, I wasn't all that fond of that. I've got Metal Gear 5 Ground Zeroes, which is amazing. It just looks amazing. It's good fun to play. Yeah, and it's obviously really short, which is why a lot of people don't like it. But I think that's a bit harsh, because we all knew it was a prologue. You don't actually pay full price for it. I think I paid £20 for it, which I'd happily do again, because it is a really good game. And even though you get the one main mission, you then get a bunch of little side missions to do. A couple of things you unlock. The Deja Vu mission in it is really good. It's just a nice little nostalgic thing for fans of the series like me. Metro I've covered, Mortal Kombat X. Resident Evil Revelations 2 was okay. You saw me play it in the previous podcast. Just doing the raid mode. It was good to play through once. I'm in no rush to play through it again. It doesn't feel like there's any need for me to keep going back to the raid mode, which the first one did have. The first one I played about 80 odd hours worth of raid mode. What am I doing here, woman? I'm just gonna go down here, stuff you. You know, I played about 80 odd hours worth of raid on Resident Evil Revelations 1, and that was all so I could unlock Hunk, because you got to do every level with an S rank. And then there was also trophies, so you got to get to level 50 to get a trophy, and then when you get to level 50 you can attempt to complete the ghost ship level, which is like the hardest level, which you can try every level, but it's recommended you be level 50 to do it. So it gives you you've got that to keep you going, sort of thing. Whereas they're creepy. Whereas Revelation 2 doesn't have that. It's got quite a nice raid mode. But it had like 3 trophies, and you unlock them within like the first 5 minutes of raid mode, and then that's it. So I don't really feel like I have a need to just keep going with it. So Revelations 2 is okay. I recommend you just play the first one. Got Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition, again HD remake. I've not actually played through it yet. So, what's that? I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, so Tomb Raider, and then Wolfenstein, which is a really good, just fun shooter game to play. Oh, I missed it. I'm dead. It's a good shooter to play. There's the new Wolfenstein coming out soon, isn't there? I forgot what it's called. I've got it pre-ordered, but it's only a cheap one, so I take it it's not going to be a very big one. I haven't really looked into it properly. Did I do? Awesome. I really don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, that's my retail library that I'm just looking at, which is probably why my voice might sound different every time I turn my head. That's my retail library. Yeah. I did it like a boss. I did it. What? What roller mines? What are you talking about? I've also got some digital games that I can't think of off the top of my head. Got Shovel Knight the other day, which I'd already played some on the PC, but then I got it again on the PS4 because I'm dumb. But it's good fun. That's a really good game. Very nice nostalgic game for gamers of the 8-bit era to enjoy. But it's actually a really good game, even if you're not a fan of the 8-bit scene. It's actually just a very fun game to play. Yeah, so overall, I think Mortal Kombat is definitely... Oh jeez. Oh jeez. I'm really good at Half-Life. Yeah, I'd probably say Mortal Kombat is up there with probably one of the best games I've got for the system. But I think Destiny might have to top it just because of the hours I've put into it. They do keep going with it. You got the new DLC that's out next month, which is just going to add loads of extra stuff for us to play, which they have been quite good with. Although it costs a lot of money to do it all. Yeah, one of them. And then I'd probably say the Little Big Planet or Killzone is probably the worst, which is a shame because they were two of the best from the PlayStation 3. But hey ho. So yeah, that's all gaming talk. I just want to bring up one more thing, non-gaming related. I don't know what I'm doing. I had recently, I've not long got Netflix for myself. Right, what am I doing with this?
Dad taught me how to reset the targeting system on these things.
Well, what am I doing with it?
Introducing the right spot, and it's on our side. I'll hold it out where I can work on it.
One of the best
There it is.
I've recently watched.
It's stable, but it should last long enough to take.
I don't know what I'm doing with it, woman. I've recently watched one of the best TV series I've ever watched on Netflix lately, and it's Netflix exclusive, so you need Netflix to watch it. And that is the Daredevil TV show. And I recommend everyone who's watching this, if you've not watched it, to watch it, because
Go ahead and pitch it.
because oh my god, it's so good. Awesome. Yeah, it's like a darker side to Marvel, which I really like. I like my serious stuff. I like my comedy stuff, and you know, the Spider-Mans and Thors and Captain Americas were all really good Marvel stuff. They had sort of light sense of humor to them. They were nice to watch. This is different. This is darker. There's lots of blood. There's lots of sweary Marys. There's some horrible scenes in it, but it's really good. And I would recommend everyone watch it because oh my god, it's so good. But I just recommend everyone to just get Netflix in general. It took me a while to get it. I was one of those. I still am. I need my DVDs and my Blu-ray cases, discs, everything. I'm still living in the noughties. But Netflix is a very handy tool. It's just so handy, just, you know, especially if you own an Xbox or a PlayStation. It's you just install it, boom, boom, and you're watching whatever you want to watch. It's awesome. That's all I really want to talk about, to be honest. Yeah, good thinking. I don't know what I'm doing. Next month, Nick will be back. I will make sure he will be back. We will have much to discuss about. Oh, jeez. What's happening? So yeah, next month, the real Bumcast will be back with both bums ready to rock. Hopefully there'll be a bit more gaming news. Hasn't really been much going on this month that interests me. And hopefully Nick will have something that interests him and we can discuss it. And I'm going to try and end it there because I don't know where I'm going. There we go. And yeah, thank you for listening. I realise it's not been the most entertaining video ever, but it's just had a couple of things I need to say, especially about the channel and stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, there are people. Okay, that worked out well. I've just, as you can not hopefully tell, but as you can tell by my nasally voice-ish and my runny nose, I have not just come off of a really bad cold. Hey, I died. And yeah, I'm still sort of recovering from that. But hopefully I'll be back to normal soon. And Nick will be back next month. Bumcast number 6 for May. And we will find something to play. And that'll be that. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Do lots of funny things, I think. I'm quite funny. Coming up, Creepfest number 2. Unless it's up before this. I don't know. And the rest of Resident Evil 4. And then new stuff will be coming in. Thank God. More scary stuff. We need more scary stuff. I like scary stuff. So thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
We go into the store now and rob the stuff.
Oh, okay.
The police are coming.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's good.
No, it's not good. We have to kill them.
Exactly. It's good.
Yeah, but not when there's like 1,000 of them.
What
are you stealing the? I'm in the back stealing all the back jewelry. You steal the front jewelry.
Where's the front?
The bloody shop full of jewelry.
Okay. I've just been to the front.
I've just told you that. There's all jewelry around.
I'm a master thief.
Don't kill civilians as well.
Oh.
Why? Have you been killing them?
No.
Oh, you massive bummer.